Hello, my name is Amir Rashid. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the communication with a patient in the stages of grief. So there are five stages of grief that has been identified. The first being denial, the second anger, third bargaining, fourth depression, and lastly the fifth is acceptance stage. The denial stage is when the patient is made aware that he or she is going to die. In this stage, the patient will deny that the information is true. The patient will try to make long-range plans to further justify that the information that they're going to die is not true. This stage is actually necessary and is a therapeutic. So now I'm going to show you the communication of a patient during the stages of grief. Now the first stage, which is the denial stage.
What are these test results? That can't be true. I can't have cancer.
So as you can see here, the patient is in denial about their test result about them having cancer. Now, our communication here is to reflect the patient's statements, but try not to confirm or deny the fact that the patient is dying. So the patient said that they can't believe that they have cancer. So what we have to do is tell them that. So example of how we communicate is like this. Yes, I know, sir. It must be difficult for you to learn about these test results. So the next stage is the anger stage. So in this stage occurs when the patient can no longer deny that they are going to die, so they take it out in the form of aggression. So during this stage, the patient may blame others for their illness. They may become angry about their diagnosis, but not with you or any of the staff personally. So, as someone who is taking care of this patient, you must always remain calm and try not to do anything that could make them angrier. Next stages of grief is the anger stage. So in this stage, when communicating with the patient, we should try to understand the source of the patient's anger. So what is it? What is the patient angry about? We should try to understand and support the patient. Listen and try to meet reasonable needs and demands of the patient.
What is this food? This is not food. What is this? It tastes disgusting.
So as you can see here, the patient is angry that their food is not to their liking. So as a nursing assistant caring for this patient, example of an answer that we could give is, I'm so sorry, sir, about that. Let me see if I can find something that would appeal to you more. Do you have anything that you would like? So we try to understand. We understand that the patient is angry about their food. So we try to provide a reasonable answer to which the patient might be happy with. So the third stage of grief is the bargaining stage. In this stage, it is usually common for us to hear patients making some sort of deal with their God. So we might hear, example is we might hear them saying, please, if you let me live, I will promise I will become a better person. So during this stage, they will try to make up anything. They try to bargain anything, asking maybe their God, or maybe asking someone else, maybe just so that they could have a chance to live longer. So for the third stage of grief is the bargaining stage. So in this stage, try to listen what the patient is bargaining about. So listen to what the patient is trying to promise or make, what deal the patient is making, and see if it is possible to meet that patient's request.
Oh God, if you will, please, please let me live. I promise I will go to church every Sunday. Please, God, spare my life.
Now, as you can see here, the patient is trying to bargain with his God. to spare him his life as long as he goes to church every Sunday. Now, as the patient is dying, he has cancer. We might not be able to provide him to go to church, but we can try to at least maybe invite a clergyman to help him with his needs. So, example, in this situation, we could say, would you like a visit from your clergy person if that is okay with you? So, the fourth stage of grievance is the depression stage. So, at this stage, the depression stage, the patient has come to realize that they are going to die soon, and they are saddened by the fact that they will be separated from their family and friends. They will also feel regret from not being able to do all the things that they wanted to do in their life. So the first stage of grief is the depression stage. So try your hardest to avoid any sort of cliche to dismiss the patient's depression, because depression is actually a very serious thing that we must take note of. So once the patient is in this stage, be supportive, be there for the patient. Tell the patient it's okay to be depressed. Tell the patient it's okay to be sad. Just be caring and be supportive to the patient.
There just isn't any sense anymore to live. I can't. Uh,
As you can see, the patient is depressed. He has realized the truth about how he is dying. So, as a nursing assistant, just be there and take care of them properly. Be supportive. Say that. So, I understand, sir. I understand that you are feeling very depressed right now. Whatever you need, I will be there. So be care and be supportive of the patient. So the final stage, the acceptance stage, is when the patient finally realizes and accepts the fact that they are going to die. They understand that they can't do anything anymore, so they just have to accept it. So during this stage, the patient may try to complete at least what they can do in their maybe their bucket list, and they may also sometimes help others to overcome their fear of maybe death as well. So for the last stage, the acceptance stage. Now, even though this is the acceptance stage where the patient has already accepted that they are going to die, it doesn't mean that they are still not afraid of death itself. So what we need to do is still be there, be caring and supportive for them. So listen attentively and be there for their emotional support. For example is if you notice that the patient looks somewhat lonely, is feeling lonely, feeling all alone, because has already accepted the fact that he is going to die. So, he feels alone in the sense that he's never going to meet anyone again. So, you just go to the patient and say, hello, sir. It's okay, I am here with you. If you want, you can talk to me. I'm free right now. If you would like to talk, I will listen to you. So be there, be caring, be supportive of the patient.